Well, a very exciting afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Special welcome to Biddy. Thank you for being with us today. Wanted to send out some special thanks to so many of Dave's colleagues in the athletic department. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to him and to us, so thank you. Last night I was talking to John Preesing, class of 1950. He reminded me that our Hoops family goes back to the 1940s. John played Amherst basketball back in the 1940s, and there are 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds right now working on their left hand, and they'll be playing in the 2040s. So it truly is an expansive family, and we welcome Coach Sears to the family. It's going to be exciting to support Coach and do everything we can to make sure that we keep the family and the tradition alive.
Dave, you've made such a mark on this place, and it's only fitting that we should be here to see what will be a lasting mark of your accomplishments and your contributions. And about 3 years after graduation, at the age of 24, he was named head basketball coach at Amherst, which is amazing. I think one of the things that impresses me most, though, Dave, is just the 42 years, the loyalty to a place, to a sport, to an institution, to all of the young men and also women, though not on your team specifically, who've benefited from your time here. It's one thing to cite statistics or numbers, but it's another thing to think about what Dave has meant to those of you who are here and many people who are not here.
I came on a recruiting visit with both my parents. And my dad is very blunt for people who don't know him, but he asks a lot of straight-up questions, and he definitely pressed Coach Hixon a little bit. And one of the things he asked, knowing that Coach Hixon was going into his 40th year, was how many more years are you going to stay at Amherst? And Coach Hixon said two things. The first was that he'd be here for at least 4 more years. And the second, which is honestly more important, was that he really wanted to leave his legacy and continue to inspire the upcoming classes and come to a point where he didn't mention his name kind of being on the court, but I could tell he wanted to have that impact and legacy on the school. I only had 2 years playing with him, but those 2 years were a blessing, and I learned so much. I felt his presence when I was on the court and off the court, even when he wasn't here. So if I missed a layup, if I threw a bad pass, made a turnover, whatever it was, I heard him screaming in the back of my mind, along with Coach Sears. But honestly, those things that I take are super impactful, super influential, and it's something that I'll cherish forever.
You know, if you look around this gym was built before my time in 1976. Hixon's first year as an assistant coach. A year before Peter Gooding, I believe, was wise enough to name him as head coach 2 years after he graduated, as Biddy said. But like all you guys, and I'm sure everyone here in this gym, I loved Amherst basketball, and I loved my teammates. I loved the competitive spirit, I loved the camaraderie, the passion, the joys, and the frustrations which we all had. And I had enormous respect for this guy, Coach Hixon. As a coach, and as the years have passed, I'm sure like so many other in this room, as a friend, as a big brother, as a mentor. Someone you could always call and he'd make you smile, and someone who you could always admire for his dedication and his commitment. In addition to the court naming, we've also created the Hixon Award, which is going to be given annually to a current player and an alum. So we're going to each year select a current player and an alum that, like Coach Hixon, demonstrated enormous impact in the Amherst and the broader communities. So with that, let me introduce our GOAT, our friend, our coach, David Hixon.
Probably the feeling that I feel the most, certainly honored and humbled, but I'm overwhelmed. In 1972, we were sitting around, as people do, and you know, the old classic question got thrown out, And they came to me and they said, what are you going to be doing 10 years from now? I said, I'm going to be the Amherst College basketball coach. True story. Okay, true story. 1972, I announced, it wasn't announced yet, but I announced that I would be the Amherst College basketball coach. And funny how things turn out. Sometimes I'd stay late after practice when all the players were gone. Sometimes it would be late night after a game, win, loss, whatever it was, whatever was going through my mind, and there might be one custodian cleaning the bleachers. And I'd stop and I'd stare and look up at this thing. And it's the thing that the program built, this wall. And when you look at it, there's some pretty amazing achievements on that. My family, Mandy, who I always say is the best coach in the family, and she really is a truly remarkable coach, but a better mother and wife, a companion, partner, the whole deal. As a parent, you hope the best for your kids. You hope they have all the success in the world and happiness that you had. But to watch my two boys each of them follow their passions has been unbelievable. I mean, you don't always get the chance in life to follow, your passion. But I love you guys for what you've given me. And I don't think I can ever pay it back. I'm going to continue to try, for as long as I'm above ground. But I don't think I could ever pay you guys back truly for what you've given me. And I appreciate that so much. And thank you so much for the honor. Thank you all. But thank you for the honor in my workplace of 42 years at the college that I truly love. Thank you.